Howdy friends, welcome back to Greg's Corner. You know, low-carb diets are very popular and for good reason. If done wisely and correctly, a low-carb diet is a very healthy and effective way to quickly lose weight, feel better, and have a whole lot more energy. Now what I mean by wisely is you can't roll out of bed in the morning and have 4 fried eggs and a half pound of bacon for breakfast, a big old half-pound bacon cheeseburger without the bun for lunch, and a big old 2-pound sirloin steak for dinner. That's not going to add up for you. You're not going to lose weight very fast, and you're probably not going to live very long either. You can't lose weight eating as much as you want. That just doesn't work. A much better choice would be a boiled egg and a half slice of cheese and maybe a piece of turkey sausage for breakfast, a salad for lunch, and for dinner maybe a pan-seared piece of fish or a small steak, like 6-8 ounce steak, topped with some sauteed mushrooms, or maybe a grilled chicken breast with a piece of Swiss cheese on top and some steamed broccoli on the side. That'd be a much better low-carb choice. But if you're like me, after a couple of weeks of being on a low-carb diet, you're getting kind of tired of salads and chicken breast. You're looking for something a little more hearty, something with a little zing to it. And I got just the thing for that. And best of all, it's quick, it's easy, and it's cheap. Let's talk about what we're going to need. You're going to need about a pound of lean hamburger meat, a package of your favorite taco seasoning, some Mission brand Carb Balance whole wheat tortillas. These are the small fajita size. Only 3 net carbs per tortilla. You can't beat that. A little grated cheese, a nice ripe diced Roma tomato, a little jalapeno if you want, and a can of refried black beans. Now, this here's the tricky part. If you go into a grocery store and you start looking closely at the labels of all the refried beans that got on the shelf there, you're going to find a wide range of carbohydrates in those different cans. Generally speaking, the black beans have a lower net carb count because they have a little bit higher dietary fiber. But even in the black beans, there can be a wide range from brand to brand of carbohydrates. Most of them coming in anywhere from 14 to 20. But if you look and you shop around, you can usually find one that's in an acceptable range. This one here is from H-E-B. It's the Hill Country brand, and it has 9 grams of carbohydrates per half a cup serving, and it's got 3 grams of dietary fiber, so we can subtract the dietary fiber from the 9 grams to come out with 6 net carbs per half cup. And we're going to be using about a 1/4 cup for each dish that we're going to make here, so that's going to lower that down to about 3 net carbs. So we got 3 net carbs here and 3 net carbs per 1/4 cup on the beans. That's a pretty low carb right there. Let's get started. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to preheat my oven to about 375 and lay out some of these fresh tortillas on the cookie sheet. I'm going to put them in there for about 6 minutes on one side, and then I will pull them out and I will turn them over and bake them about 6 minutes on the other side until they're nice and crispy and crunchy. Now, of course, that could vary a minute or two depending on your oven, but usually about 12 minutes works for me. Next, I'm going to brown my hamburger meat in the skillet. Give it a good chopping up. Next, I'll throw my refried beans in the pan and let them start getting warm. Okay, I've got my meat good and brown and chopped up here, and I've spooned the fat off. Now I'm just going to follow the instructions on the package. taco seasoning here. Well, first I'm going to salt and pepper it good. That's a cardinal rule, right? Good fresh ground pepper. Alright, now more. Come on. Taco seasoning. Yeah, it's about 3/4 cup of water. Get ready to stirring that up.
Let's fly down, oh, fly down to New Orleans. That city, oh, it's pretty, and it's so to see. I'll take you and parade you down on Bourbon Street.
Okay, so I'm going to get it mixed up. I'll bring it to a boil. Then I'm going to turn the heat down and let it simmer a little while, about 5 minutes or so. And as soon as that meat is ready, it's time to eat. We're just going to take some of our refried beans here and spoon it onto a nice crunchy tortilla. Spread it around there. Good like under that. So put some of my fresh taco meat right on top. More right there. Top it with a little cheese. If you want, sometimes at this point I'll put it in the microwave for about 10 seconds and melt the cheese onto it a little bit more. Then I'll take my tomato, which I chopped a little tomato and jalapeno together. I'll just put a little topping here on it. And you could even go another step further. Margaret likes putting lettuce on hers on top of this. And there you have it. Isn't that beautiful? That looks tasty. Can't wait to dive into that. I think I'll lay some sliced jalapenos on top of it for good measure too. Well, that's about all for today, folks. I hope you stop by and see me again. Until that time. Bon appetit.